Hey, this is Bella. Bella Donna Laveau, the Archpriestess of the Aquarian Tabernacle Church. How are you this evening? The sun is setting on this beautiful day at the Mother Church. Look at the Mother Church. I wanted you to see that sunflower right there? Do you see that beautiful sunflower acting like a shower coming down? And then there's our builder over there in his shed, getting things built. Getting that cottage finished so that you can enjoy it. The sun's setting on our day, and it made me think of sickle. It is 10 days until early bird registration is over for sickle, and then the rates go up. I really want to make sure that you know about that so you can get the discount. It helps the church for you to register early because it gives us the needed funds to prepare for the festival. So take advantage of the discount because it helps us. That's why we give it to you. It helps us. I also was thinking about how when the early discount rate is over, scholarships usually could become available. The Steve Milward Scholarship Fund is something that a lot of people in our community have come to look forward to. And then that made me remember that Steve's not going to be there this year. And it's taken me several times to record this video because it's really hard not to cry about that. Steve was the church's biggest financial benefactor. He gave a lot of money to the church, and he came up with the scholarship fund. He used to drive by, going back and forth to his different properties, and he would stop here and hang out hours, as long as somebody would hang around and talk to him. And sometimes he didn't even need that. He just wanted to be here. And he asked me one day, he said, Bella, if I gave you like $500 to $1,000, do you think that we could set up a scholarship fund for people to be able to come to the festivals? And I was like, yes, sir, we sure could. What do you have in mind? And we talked about parameters, and we set up the Steve Milward Festival Scholarship Fund. And we take for granted that programs that we get used to are always going to be there. And then we don't necessarily consider the people that are behind those programs and what they're going through and what their motivations are for making things happen for other people. Steve was an incredible man. His last thing that he said to anybody was to the 911 operator, and he told the 911 operator that there were volatile chemicals in the back of his truck while he was dying, and he wanted to make sure that the rescuers were safe and that they didn't get hurt and that they knew about those chemicals. Just thinking about people, even to his last breath. But you know, there's not a scholarship fund this year because there's not a Steve Milward. But there is a scholarship fund option in your registration form if you want to help keep that dream alive. Or you can send money with the in the comments through PayPal to paypal.me/ATCsickle. And that will send the money. You can just put scholarship fund in the comments, and I'll know what that's for, and I can use it to help other people come to festival. Even if you're like, oh man, I can't come to Sickle. It's 1,000 miles from here, and I can't get that far. I don't have a car. I don't drive away. And you still want to help somebody else, you can still go to paypal.me/ATCwicca and send that help. And if you don't really think that sending somebody to festival is that important, and that you would rather help keep the lights on and pay the bills, or maybe use that money for some other portion of the Goddesses Ministries that we do at the ATC, it would really help if you could send some donations that Steve would have taken care of for you. Sickle's about honoring our ancestors. And we will be honoring Steve this year. We will also be honoring Pete. It's the 5th year since Pete's passing. Pete Pathfinder Davis, our founder. He was a great man, and he fought for our civil rights. And he's the one that made sure that we had this beautiful house. I think I've got enough. I've got 10%. This beautiful place that we live and that we get to enjoy with the ATC emblem right up there at the top. This is the Mother Church's house. This isn't my house. This is your house. And this is the goddess's house. And this is her big ass. Can you see it? Sunflower. So at Sickle, Thursday night, we're going to be honoring the dead. And Steve Milward and Pete. And if you have dead that you would like to remember well, please bring things for them to put on the altar that can be returned to you on Sunday. Or you can bring perishable items that will be appropriately given to our ancestors. And register for Sickle before the prices go up. Thursday night, honoring the ancestors, our sacred dead. That's the way we do it. Love you. Sickle.me. 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 All day long.